Anyway, back to you, my friend. You please share your awesome poems with us. What are you going to go for?
Well, I will go for. I'll actually go for a poem called Poetry and Rhyme to begin with, and that is that's about my story with OCD actually, and then I'll do a diabetes piece. Is that, if that's all right?
Sounds fantastic.
All right then. Sorry, just closing my door. Yeah, okay. So this is Poetry and Rhyme. I'll scribble bad thoughts in my notebook. From a young age, I've been feeling broken. Look, I'm riddled with disorder. Everybody thinks OCD is order. That I label things A to Z color-coded, but I'm overloaded mentally with daily torture. You see, it stops at C because he's a beast. The beauty in my mind's deceased, this anxiety, trauma, being a bad thought, hoarder, and it's back again, so I turn to the drink, it becomes my water. And that's a turn of phrase as I open up the tinny, OCD squirms in rage, but when will I learn temporary fixes, it ain't worth the pain. It opens up a can of worms, I try to wriggle out the riddles, but I'm dazed, I need some support to fight, see. Should I go Martin or Malcolm, can you tell me, Spike Lee? Maybe Black Panther's the answer, I drink vibranium to fix my cranium, Chadwick rest in high peace. Mum gave me some of her black magic, said, listen, son, never lose yourself. Mental health will appear like a hat rabbit, bad habit. I don't need to feel like Harry will solve Tom Riddle. I'll attack, stab it with my pen, because you could cut me open, I bleed ink. Mine's been broken, I needed to rethink. I'm married to the pen, the ring binds to the page, because poetry and rhyme saved my life. Pen is sharper than a blade. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's amazing.
And then I will do...
Incredible. Flipper, where's your round of applause jingle?
I was waiting till after the second one as well.
Absolutely.
So I've got a short poem about type 1 diabetes, and then I'll do another one, if that's all right, to round that off. So this is the beginning of my poem called Bittersweet, and it goes like this. They say when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Bitter, sweet. I think about this lemon phrase as I penetrate just below my belly button waist height. The needle thin pierces into my skin. I self-medicate insulin so I do not waste away from DKA. Most days my mellow brain interrogates my pancreas. Why are you refusing to do your duty? Answer me. My hands are up. An understanding I may never gain, but to be alive in this life within 100 years insulin was developed, hey, what are the chances? If I was going to get T1D, I guess it's good I got it now. I mean, it's easier to treat. Bitter, sweet. Thank you very much.
I hope I timed that
right, Tom. Perfect. Amazing.
That's
Thank you, Duke.
And then this is a more recent poem. This is one I've written this year. It's called Perfect Part 2. Perfect Part 1 is actually in my book, Bittersweet. But yeah, this one I've written this year. And I wrote it after the TAD event. And it goes like this. This one's a tiny bit longer, just to warn the listeners. Perfect. Trying to be perfect is like running on a glass bridge with metal spikes, walking on a frozen lake with no ice, tiptoeing on a tightrope from a high height. Trying to be perfect is like a relentless fight, shadow boxing against my mind. I've boxed up doubt. I fear if I let it out, I will live in my shadow of me, myself. It's complicated, this fight against my health. Trying to be perfect is on the edge of failure. On the edge of failure is self-punishment. On the edge of self-punishment is self-destruction. On the edge of self-destruction is imperfection. A cycle of nothing but stress. Nothing but putting pressure on myself to only feel worth less. But is being perfect worth stress? Tormenting thoughts. I'm in a continuous war. With no warning they spawn, I try to ignore them, they take a new form. I sit and I draw up all the conclusions. If the thought actually forms, I'm having withdrawals. Compulsions I mourn, I'm shattered, I yawn, I'm battered, I'm worn. Bags live under my eyes, it's as if somebody is gripping, somebody is ripping my stomach, my body is torn. I grip my teeth. I cannot be beside myself because that means I'll be the shadow, then OCD's won. I need to inject, but the numbers are wrong. How can I go on? Do I inject? Too little, too many, neglect, nothing's perfect, I'm gone. Obsession, injection, compulsion, injection, bad number, rejection, obsession, rejection, compulsion, injection, perfection. I'm testing, I'm checking. Is it between the 4 and the 7? Bad number, rejection, bad number, rejection, bad number, neglect, bad number, eject, high blood, forget, bad thought, upset, bad head, feel dead, no tears, are shed, I'm numb, imperfect, I'm numb, imperfect. Wait, what did I say? What if I made the word appear different, a slightly different shape? Then my perspective might change. Put an apostrophe in between the I and M, then just add a space. What does it say? I'm perfect in my own imperfect way. This gift, do I deserve it? To use rhymes to articulate how my body, my brain, my heart feels. God gave me this gift as my escape. When I write things down, my endorphins are doing cartwheels. It is the powerful way I communicate. Maybe God gave me this gift to also help others. Maybe I needed to have suffered, to pick up the pen and empty bad thoughts from my brain so others relate and it soothes their pain, because I'm obsessed with words. I'm blessed, not cursed. These conditions are my test on earth. OCD, or the checks I'm urged, to complete. When I'm wrecked, I turn to T1D, or the checks I'm urged, to complete. A relentless surge of energy, but through stress I've learned to accept my terms. Not had a rest since birth, but I won't rest till I'm dead in the dirt. Forget these nerves. I'm going to work on myself as I set my goals and write these notes. Before I'm ghost, I'm going to be the best person I can be. Forget perfection. I'm just going to be the best version of me. Thank you very much.
That was amazing, Duke. I really, really do love your poetry and things like that. Do you do live performances often?
I do them relatively often, yeah.
But I suppose in your neck of the woods.
I've got a couple coming up in London actually in October.
You'll have to let us know.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Really, really incredible. So
Yeah.
powerful. And you could just hear every word came with such emotion and
There's feeling in every word.
Yeah, and experience, lived experience of you've like worn that t-shirt and how you articulate it. It's just perfection, my friend. And I'll be listening back to it, and I could just relate to it. Loved it, and it was powerful message, and great stuff, honestly.